Level 1, the pipeline. Nobody starts at Delta. Nobody. Delta picks people who have already proven themselves in places that most soldiers can only dream of. You start as a regular infantryman or a ranger, or maybe a Green Beret. You go through basic training, airborne school, ranger school. You earn that tab. You deploy Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, and places that never make the news because those missions don't officially exist. 4 to 6 years later, you've built a resume that most soldiers would retire on. By age 25, you've done 3 combat deployments with the 75th Ranger Regiment. You've kicked in doors in Fallujah, pulled security on mountainsides in the Karengal, and fast-roped off a Black Hawk onto rooftops in Mosul at 2 a.m. You're an E5 or E6, a sergeant or staff sergeant. You're damn good at your job, and everyone around you knows it. Then one day, a simple notice appears on the bulletin board at Fort Bragg. No unit name, no patch, just a time, a building number, and a short sentence. A special operations unit organized for missions requiring rapid response and the surgical application of unique special operations skills. You go to the briefing. A guy in civilian clothes tells you almost nothing. Selection is 4 weeks. Attrition rate is historically over 90%. If you make it, you'll join a unit that doesn't officially exist, inside a command that doesn't acknowledge its own operations. He doesn't tell you what the unit actually does. He just gives you the date to show up. If you're interested. Level 2, selection. Selection happens in the Appalachian Mountains around Fort Bragg. It lasts about 4 weeks, and its job is simple: to break you. Not just your body, though it will destroy that too. It breaks your mind. It strips away every support system you've ever had and sees what's left underneath. You ruck heavy 45-pound pack plus water and weapon. Distances get longer every day. 18 miles, 25, then 40. The final event is a solo 40-mile land navigation course through the mountains. No route, no time hack, no feedback. They watch you in total silence. No yelling, no encouragement, no correction. Just pure indifference. Most military training has drill sergeants screaming at you. Here, nobody cares. And that indifference is far worse, because it forces you to find motivation from inside yourself. Candidates quit by the dozens. They just sit down, raise a hand, and a truck comes to take them away. No scham, no ceremony. Just gone. Out of 120 men who started, maybe 12 get selected. You're one of them, but when they tell you, you feel nothing. Exhaustion has burned away everything except the quiet knowledge that whatever comes next will be even harder. Level 3, OTC, Operator Training Course. 6 months of training that turns you into something the regular army doesn't even have a name for. You master close quarters battle at a level that makes your old ranger training feel like kindergarten. Thousands of rounds per week. Pistol transitions in under a second. Shooting around hostages with margins measured in inches. You clear rooms with live rounds and live role players, because Delta doesn't believe in simulated consequences. If you miss, someone bleeds. You learn every kind of breaching, mechanical, ballistic, explosive, thermal. You can open any door on Earth in under 3 seconds. You study tradecraft, how to move like a spy, run surveillance detection routes, meet sources in cafes without anyone noticing. Advanced driving, evasive maneuvers, high-speed urban tactics, surgical level trauma medicine, because when bullets are flying, you have to keep your teammate alive. At the end, no big ceremony. Just a pager or its modern version, and an assignment to one of the assault squadrons. A, B, C, or D. You are now an operator. Level 4, the new operator. You join an assault troop about 16 guys. You are the newest, the youngest, the least experienced in a unit where everyone else already has 8 to 12 years of special operations time. You train relentlessly, 10 months a year, sometimes more. You shoot more ammo in a month than most infantry battalions shoot in a year. The kill house becomes muscle memory. You can clear rooms in total darkness using only sound and feel. Your first deployment comes. You fly in on a Night Stalker Black Hawk, hit a target, flex cuff a high-value individual, and 4 hours later you're back cleaning your weapon and eating a protein bar. Nobody outside the unit will ever know what you did that night. And that's exactly how it's supposed to be. Level 5. The Experienced Operator. 3 years in. 6 deployments. Over 200 raids. You've cleared compounds in Baghdad, cave complexes in Tora Bora, snatched targets off moving vehicles. You can read a man's intent in half a second, whether he's reaching for a weapon or a phone. And you've been right every single time. Now you move to the recce troop, reconnaissance. No more kicking doors. Now you watch. You sit in hide sites for days, sometimes weeks, in denied territory, logging every movement, every vehicle, every pattern of life. No talking above a whisper. No movement. Pure patience and discipline. Level 6. Team Leader. You now lead a 4-man team. Their training, their readiness, their lives. It's all on you. Rank means less here. Capability means everything. You plan raids, rehearse them, brief them, and execute them at 0-200. On target, you make life or death decisions in fractions of a second that lawyers and generals will study for months afterward. You carry every call you made, the good ones, the uncertain ones, and the ones that still wake you up at 3 a.m. Level 7. Senior Operator / Troop Sergeant Major. You oversee 16 to 20 operators. You're the tactical brain on every operation. Your body is a collection of old injuries, blown eardrums, rebuilt knees, compressed spine. The VA might rate you 80% disabled, but you'll never fully admit it. Operators don't have limitations, only workarounds. You've lost brothers. Their photos hang on a quiet wall inside the compound. You walk past their faces every single day. Level 8. Squadron Commander. You command 60 to 80 of the most lethal operators on the planet. The chain is short. You Unit Commander, JSOC SEC Def President. During peak years in Iraq, your squadron was hitting 10 to 15 targets a night. Relentless Tempo. You manage the invisible cost of sustained combat, the fatigue, the burnout, the weight that these men will never complain about. Level 9. The Retiree. You leave quietly after 12 to 20 years. Your official record says you worked at a generic staff element at Fort Bragg. That's it. Many go into contracting or back to the agency doing similar work under a different flag. Civilian life feels strange. Traffic jams, school plays, arguments over coupons. You stand in a grocery store and suddenly remember the last man you shot in a hallway. The two worlds never quite fit together. The only people who truly understand are the ones you served with. Level 10, the cycle. Right now, at Fort Liberty, though the operators still call it Bragg, another sergeant in the 75th Ranger Regiment is reading that same quiet notice on the bulletin board. He's 26. For combat deployments.
Reintratab. Combat Infantry Badge.
Purple Heart he never talks about. He's thinking about selection. About the 40-mile ruck. About the 90% attrition. He doesn't know the full cost yet. The injuries, the lost friends, the silence, the grocery store moments. But he wants it. The best ones always do. They show up. The unit will answer whether they're good enough. Most aren't. The few who are will join the most elite fighting force in the world and disappear into the shadows.